In this video, I'm going to be talking about why Marlon Brando was the perfect actor to play in a lot of Shakespeare's plays, and I'll be illustrating my point by looking at the Dogs of War speech delivered by Marlon Brando, where he played Marc Antony in the 1953 film adaptation of Julius Caesar. Marlon Brando had always loved Shakespeare. He hadn't done any Shakespeare up until this point in 1953 when he signed on to play Marc Antony in Julius Caesar, and a lot of people thought that that was a bad choice because they felt he was a brooding, mumbling method actor who could not speak the words of Shakespeare. Well, they underestimated Brando's talent, his love of Shakespeare, his passion for Shakespeare's words. You know, he was known to recite Shakespeare left, right, and center on sets, and even Al Pacino says they wish they had filmed him reciting Shakespeare over the years. But he loved Shakespeare, really loved Shakespeare. Even in the years when he would talk badly about acting, he would never talk badly about Shakespeare, only with praise. And, you know, if you look at Shakespeare's plays, they're still done after all these years to this day. And the reason they're still done is because they're always relevant. They're always relevant to the human condition. They explore human relationships that are relevant. They explore themes like love and lust and ambition, human relationships, revenge, betrayal, friendships, empathy, so many themes that will always be relevant. And, you know, there is no better writer than Shakespeare, who really had characters go through such a range of emotions in these heightened dramas and comedies and tragedies. He really designed his plays where actors had to be totally committed to the human condition. And who's better to do that than Brando? If you look at his portrayal of Stanley Kowalski in A Stray Car Named Desire, he makes you feel, even for that character who is a terrible guy, but he shows you his humanity. He shows the humanity of the worst, even in the worst of us, the good of us, everything. I mean, he has the temperament, he had the technique, he had the emotional life, he had the depth, he had it all. And he was totally spontaneous and totally fresh. And if you look just particularly at this speech, the Dogs of War speech, at this point, Julius Caesar has been killed in the play by Brutus and Cassius. Marlon Brando as Marc Antony, at this shocked, he makes them think that he's not too upset. He tries to listen to why they did it, and they say they will tell him more soon. And he shakes their hands because at this point, what he's actually really trying to do is plot how he's going to get his revenge. And as soon as he looks at Julius Caesar, you can see the loss, the sadness in his eyes. Again, it's all about the behavior. He said so much with his expression, and he really looks down at this body and apologizes to the fact that he had to shake hands with these men, how dare they have killed one of the most noblest creatures that he ever knew in his entire life. You know, Julius Caesar was like a father to Marc Antony, and you start to see the pain, you start to see the loss. And you know, Shakespeare's not just about people saying words in a clear, precise, and poetic manner. It's about an actor being able to embody the emotional life. And you see that in that short 2-minute speech. Again, going from the loss of Caesar to the pain of losing someone like a father, to this beautiful build of anger as he maps out his plan of how he's going to take revenge. And he says these terrible, awful things about, you know, really making sure they're gonna be begging to be buried. He's gonna cut them up, and he says it's a plan that is rooted in such fury, such rage, such revenge, such passion. And again, this goes down to Shakespeare really understanding what people were capable of, especially when these things happen to them. And you know, that build is so beautiful, and you know, he's letting the text take him to where he's gonna go emotionally with it. You know, Shakespeare was such a great writer that he almost did the work for you if you knew what the character was saying, and you committed to the action. Speak the action to the word to the action. And he's really doing that. And because he already has this temperament and this depth of feeling with his talent and his acting training by Stella Adler and his technique, he's really just letting it build slowly. And he's really using the text in order to bring himself there. And it's just this beautiful pairing of the action and the words leading to his emotional rise in him. And it's not just empty someone speaking well, it's the emotional life, and you feel it. You feel the fury, you feel that what he's going to do, and it's in his behavior, it's in his eyes, and he does it so beautifully that it's such a perfect speech to look at. An actor so perfect that matches with the text, being able to say the text, letting the text guide him, but having that emotional life to just let it rip out of him. And you need an actor of such depth to play someone like Marc Antony, to play Hamlet, to play Macbeth, to play Othello, to play Iago, to play all the great Shakespeare parts of real range, of real depth, and that was Marlon Brando. And I really wish that he had done more Shakespeare, but fortunately we have Julius Caesar from 1953 with Marlon Brando as Marc Antony. Thanks so much, folks, for watching. Again, if this is your first time here, or if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel by clicking on the Robert Bellissimo at the Movies logo that you'll see floating above my head to your top left. Click on that and then click the bell in order to get a notification every time I release a new video or go live with a guest. Thank you so much, folks. See you soon.